It's time for the 8:05 post show after a big start to the 2024 Championship Tour. Backdoor and Pipeline certainly delivered to set up some heats in the round of 32. So finishing the opening round, got through that elimination round, handed out 4 33rds. That's always tough. But they can just go down the street, start practicing for Sunset, and maybe get a jump start, and everyone's still focused here at Pipe. Thanks for being with us, Joe Turpel, Laura Enever, Jesse Mendez. What a great day starting with you, Laura. I mean, what's your favorite part about kicking off the season?
I think just like coming down here this morning, we knew today was going to be, amazing on the forecast. And then just when you see, the lineup at dark, and it's kind of like you don't really know what's going on yet. And then all of a sudden, like just as the sun started coming over, the sky was like getting pinky, and then there was just like spitting barrels everywhere. And that was pretty awesome.
That was really awesome.
Like, it's on.
Jesse, for you, any surprises for people in form, or was it kind of your usual suspects that came together on game day?
I don't know if I would call it a surprise, but Callum definitely was a standout today, beating Gabe and getting that 9-point ride. He's so good at identifying just the most critical waves. He had the 10-point ride in Portugal last year, and yeah, just applying the pressure at Gabe again this time, and yeah, it was impressive to watch him.
Yeah, tough to send certain guys home like Rio Waida or just down the street. He'll be preparing for Sunset. And also Cole Hausman, just more recently in that last heat. That was pretty tough to see him go down after so much hype, having so much great confidence and energy, maybe more so than any other rookie.
Yeah. And
then just now going down in the last heat of the day to Jordy Smith and Liam O'Brien. Liam winning with a 12.33 combined total. And Jordy looks solid on the waves he chose. But how about Lobby, Laura?
Yeah, he waited for about 20 minutes with priority. And in the elimination round, on the first day of competition, you have to hold some serious nerves to be able to find a wave like this. And he just surfed it to perfection. High 8, was it 8.5? And just then backed it up. He basically surfed a 4-minute heat. He literally got that wave, and then was in the heat, in the lead. And yeah, left the other guys just sort of chasing, and Cole scratched back into it with this wave. It was a 4.5. But unfortunately, the last 7 minutes of the heat, Jordy held priority, and just there wasn't any other opportunity for the boys to really give it a crack.
Pretty special to see Liam in this kind of form. When you're getting barrels like that, everyone wants to get a bit of that energy and give you a solid high five. Jesse, if you're passing on some advice to Cole Hausman, how would you recommend him kind of digesting this loss?
Heads up, he's such an amazing, talented surfer. His surfing will fit this wave very well, but also will fit Sunset even better, in my opinion. So he controlled buckets, such a powerful wave. He's the biggest guy on tour. So yeah, just I guess the negative side is losing. The positive side, like you mentioned, he's just going to go down the road and practice before everyone. So he has a little edge on top of that.
It'll be dangerous.
Words of wisdom right there. Let's catch up with the winner of that heat with that 8.5, Liam O'Brien with AJ.
We're going to get to that 8.5 in just a minute, Joey. But first, Liam, I want to talk about just coming into this 2024 season. What did you really hone in on this off season that you wanted to put into practice here at Pipeline?
To be honest, it was just working on some things I learned last year. A lot of decision making. I mean, you get more time in the water with less people on tour, so that kind of gives you more freedom to get more waves and make better wave selection decisions. So I'm trying to work on that a bit. And yeah, that heat was kind of a nice reward for working on that, I suppose, because yeah, I had to sit there for a long time. It was pretty nerve-wracking.
I know. I wanted to talk about that's perfect that you worked on just how you compose yourself within the heat mentally, because you waited a long time for that 8.5 ride to pop up. What did you see on that wave, and how did you keep yourself calm while you were waiting for it?
Yeah, well, Jacob actually gave me a bit of a tip before he paddled in and just said wait for the ones that have a bit more energy in them. So I was just waiting around. I was like, I hope that one of these waves comes through, because it's not looking too promising. But yeah, I was just sitting there trying to focus on my breath, and I don't know, I'm usually pretty bad at wave selection, so which I showed in the end of the heat. But I was just like, I'm just going to sit here and wait for one that actually looks like a really good wave, and if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. But yeah, fortunately for me, it came through.
How much confidence does that give you moving on here at Pipeline, that you can trust your instincts, that a wave will show up and you know what you're looking for?
Yeah, it's definitely a big confidence booster. As you know, it's so crowded out there in the free surf, so it's sort of hard to actually, with all the people around, it's hard to get a good idea of what you're looking for. But yeah, to have a heat, I mean, it's so special to have a heat with no one out there. It's a dream, really. So win, lose or draw, it's a really good time. But yeah, stoked to get through and stoked to know that I can kind of apply that wave knowledge in the next heat.
Win, lose or draw, but today it was a win. Congratulations, Liam.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Back to you guys.
Well done. Thank you, AJ. Just great when you see certain surfers who have been through a lot at the start of the season in the past where he's been injured here before, but totally different story this year, looking really comfortable and being patient certainly paid off. 8.5, that's one of the best waves of opening day as he moves on into the round of 32. For Liam, it's hard not to think of Mark Richards when he talks, you know, about the 4-time world champ, their demeanor, their personality, how polite they are. There's so many similarities there.
Yeah, Liam's just so cool, calm and collected. It does feel like he's been plucked out of the 70s or the 80s and he just needs the short shorts or something. But he is such a chiller and, yeah, but then also just lets his surfing do the talking. And obviously seeing him get that injury a couple of years ago was so heartbreaking right here. And then, you know, he's always been so underground, just getting bombs like down the beach and off the wall and just putting in so much time. So yeah, I feel like he'll be a big threat this contest.
Sometimes those mysterious ones are the hardest to compete against. You never know when they're going to drop bombs like he did in that last heat. Always good to focus on the GOAT, Kelly Slater, 8-time pipe champion. Put on a show today with Jack Robinson. Rio Waida in this one said he learned a lot from these two. Jack reading the barrel of backdoor so well, Jesse.
Yeah, like the first morning show we had, the waves were so hard, so messy all around, and he found 2 good waves, and here is just much easier than that day. So Jack's just one of the specialists out here, and is one of the best super riders of all time, and he's just showing that on that wave.
Defending pipe champion Jack won this event over Leo Fioravanti in last year's final. Here was Kelly under the hood, 717. So stylish. That entry into the wave was my favorite part of the whole ride.
Yeah, and his boards look amazing. He looks so connected. He had a moment where he got washed down the beach so far, pretty much down to, you know, Cooper K gas chambers, had to do the whole paddle back around, and, you know, he's showing that he's still fit as a fiddle to take that on.
He really is. Still a favorite to win. Kelly in second. Remember, top 2, we're moving on to the round of 32, and Kelly spent a lot of time with Jack over the last few winters on the North Shore. He'll even try to hit him up for surf sessions. He really enjoys being around that kind of talent and really tries to will those heats to come to him at this stage in his career. When you look at Kelly in this kind of form, it's hard not to dream of his 2022 win, where, you know, we're expecting him to maybe do that again, Jesse.
Yeah, it was emotional to watch that, and he's always a threat out here, the best average of the event. Most days of competition surfed in this wave, so he's definitely a threat, and yeah, looking forward to watch him getting barreled.
Jeez, the heats are already stacking up. Little tip, everyone playing Fantasy Surfer, you can look at the draw right now and make sure you don't have any friendly fire with your guys surfing against each other. Here's one you're going to want to watch. Ethan Ewing taking on Kelly Slater. What's going to happen there, Laura?
That's going to be one of the most stylish heats of the round, and it's kicking off first thing tomorrow. I know Kelly does not like early mornings.
That's a good point.
It's not on tomorrow, but it's, you know, when it is on, he might be first heat. So he's going to have to go to bed early.
That's a good point. Doesn't like being a morning person typically, but Kelly's going to show up for that one, taking on number 2 seed in the contest. Griffin versus wildcard Shion Crawford, Jesse.
Yeah, that's going to be fireworks. I feel like those 2 surfers are very unpredictable. Like, one of them we don't know as much. Obviously, Griffin has been on tour for a few years, but he's always so hard to predict. You never know what he's going to throw. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting one to watch for sure.
Yeah, really fun one there. Shion went down swinging a couple times and kept working his way into rhythm. I think he was really proud to kind of go back-to-back with, you know, Jackson Bunch representing the Hawaii Wildcards. And for Griffin, he's kind of got something to prove, too. Sometimes he's turning in the free surfs of the North Shore, a backdoor and pipe, and then he almost can't win this event fast enough. I think he won semifinal, but he should have a lot more consistency. That's going to be a great one to watch. I think we have just made it to our Cup Noodles Wave of the Day. Congratulations, a 9-point ride. Caltex packing this one, kicking off the season, Laura.
Yes, it did have shades of that wave that he got last year over in Portugal, but it was so deep. It was just such a double up on the inside, just went so hollow and throaty, and yeah, he absolutely centered. Almost let go of the rail there and then just grabbed it and was like, I'm going to need to hold on because this is going to be a wild ride.
How cool is that, Jesse? I mean, the way he got the 9-2 and how important it was for him to get the lead back off of Medina.
Totally, and he kind of seems like to feed off pretty well against Medina, so that was incredible what he did. Like Laura mentioned, he almost lost a rail on that bottom turn, and he was just able to sneak himself under the ledge and just get absolutely blown out.
Really cool when you have those heats where that top favorite surfer gets pushed by an underdog, and Callum kind of loves that role, you know, that dark horse that is going to surprise you at any time. He's off and running into the round of 32. This event, it's always fun to talk about boards, especially with Vizsla having that whole shaping zone where people can watch people shape live. Also, we've had the luxury of having the Vizsla Shaper of the Year here on the North Shore to talk shop with us. We got to listen in to Matt Biolas talking to Crosby Colapinto about equipment.
So this is pipe board,
New and improved.
not to be confused with a sunset board. And it's kind of like a chopu board. The white point's a little further forward than say on a sunset board where we want to be able to hook and turn more. A little further forward, kind of where your front foot drives off the white point. And the tail's pulled in really narrow. Narrow tail with your foam balls, bouncing and a steep wall, explosions coming up. The narrow tails keeps you in control, you know. You're not trying to do blow tails or anything. And so, you know, that's the distinctive thing about boards with pipe and chopu. Right, especially right in here, the tail's narrow. You don't need much to stand on.
Yeah.
And then the boards, we pulled them in a little over all width. I think we've got it down to, this one's 6'6", so it's 19, but your 6'2" and your 6'4", they're 18 and 7/8.
Okay.
This is 19.
You know how like back in the day, the guys on old boards would always just be able to like, their bigger boards look so knifey, you know? They could like kick under the lip. And just, like,
A lot of times they were V bottoms, and you know, so they were huge thick boards, but they were like V nose to tail, and they could like go edge to edge with them and roll and get them moving like MR in those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how far back you're.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like AI and Bruce, like.
You look at an AI or Cara from 15, 20 years ago, it's not that different from this.
Yeah.
You know, you got the random guys that are like Kelly or John, Kelly who's been in 100 pipe masters, and John who's surfed there 1,000 million times. They get a little bored with standard quo and they start really messing with their equipment.
Yeah.
But I think that you've worked your whole life to get where you are, and you're gonna have a shot. And you want to stay kind of conservative, to kind of tried and true.
For sure.
Right now is not the time to experiment.
Yeah, for sure.
You know it works. You know? Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to try it.
I think Crosby was trying to order something that Andy wrote. Didn't it sound like?
Well, I think Matt thought he wanted to order a single fin.
Mark Richards.
And he's like, oh no, not that old. Just like, you know, Andy Bruce old.
Old for me. Old for me.
Exactly. You gotta love that. The surfer-shaper relationship is really unique, and I think there's some people like Matt that sometimes know you're surfing or what you might need more than you do, you know, and obviously making a ton of boards for Pipeline over the years, you definitely had something really thoughtful set up for Crosby, and it worked out today.
Yeah, it did. And I love the way that he was saying, you know, you don't need to be, you know, just experimenting right now. You want something conservative just to get you absolutely pitted, something that's going to be stable when there's lumps and bumps and everything that you can expect from pipe coming at you. And yeah, obviously worked today.
Well, let's see.
He looks solid.
That's right. Well, we've got a long time in the waiting period. You know, we've got tons of chances to score. Let's bring up Surfline to see when we might be getting underway again. The official forecaster. It's been great having Jonathan Warren on hand to ask him a million questions too, Jesse. What are we seeing?
Yeah, it did. Really broke it down for us a little bit. Looks like tomorrow we're going to have good winds again, maybe a little bit smaller. And then the second half of the window looks very promising for the wind. He did mention a little bit that there's going to be a secondary swell coming from the northeast, which is not ideal, but sometimes it breaks it up the swell and makes it very good rights, so backdoor could be firing, and with the offshore winds could be very nice. So let's see, let's wake up and see. That's the best way.
Laura, thoughts on tomorrow morning? Potential there?
I mean, I feel like Kaipo was a bit skeptical, but I feel like there could be something left over, and if there's something left over and, you know, it's peaky, I think it could be a great day to get the women's kicked off and yeah, if there's any more barrels left over.
A lot of great choices, too, in the back end. So we're in a great spot so far, completing a big day of action and creating a big top 5 for the 805 post show. Let's start off at number 5 on the charts, making a big statement. Well, from free falling, from high out the top of a crazy one, that back door. Rookie overboard. Oh, my goodness. This gets more painful every time we watch it, Jesse.
That was so painful, and the worst part about this is just the body positioning. He landed sideways, just takes all your air out of it, and that was horrible looking. I'm glad he's all right.
Yeah.
That might have been his first wave of the tour.
Number 4 on the top 5, Eli Hanneman. First CT heat win, and he did it in such a solid way, Laura.
Oh, yeah, he just surfed that wave so well. And just showing that, yep, he's here to give it a crack. I loved, you know, he's posted interview talking about his road to recovery back here after his massive wipeout. And, yeah, he's doing amazing.
Number 3 on the top 5, Callum Robson is kind of gunning for another Yeti Tundra because he had the 10 last year. Kind of got close today, Jesse.
That was crazy, yeah. Smart play there for Gabe on the first wave, just protecting him. I guess I'm using the priority, he's using the rules, but Callum didn't got faded on that and got the best wave of the heat, taking the win.
How about this one? John Florence, number 2 on the daily top 5, put together this masterclass.
Oh, yeah, first wave of John's season. Absolutely beautiful. You know, he's just looking so comfortable out there as per usual. And, yeah, so good to just watch him out there every single wave. Loves speaking to, you know, Caroline, Molly, all of the ladies just saying that they just love watching all of his heats and just studying what he does because it's just always so inspiring and you can learn something.
Flawless performance from the local boy, and then the wild card at the buzzer, Jackson Bunch got this gem of a wave, 877 to turn the heat.
That was a classic pipeline good flip wave. He was just so deep, so behind, and just able to do that long, drawn-out bottom turn and getting very deep on the barrel and coming out. And I was stoked for him, a Grom that is just so comfortable out there.
And 2 seconds. There was 2 seconds left on the clock. I don't think you can ever have a better feeling than a buzzer beater when there's, you know, he was staring down the barrel of heading to the elimination round and just flipped the heat in 2 seconds.
That's so crazy. Jackson Bunch into the round of 32 and looking to make more of a statement as this event continues. We'll say bye for now, but join us tomorrow morning at 7:45 in the morning local time for the call. We'll see you then.
Rebels, we will not settle. Got on lock level, make it pop like a hot kettle. It's incredible, read them all like a nursery rhyme. That's why we gotta do it perfect this time. Learn what you like, it's showdown time. The spotlight's on, I get so down mine. I do myself, so you gotta make it count. Come around, make it bounce. They can never hold us down. I do myself, so get with it. You gotta make it count, make it bounce, they can never understand. With no big rush, nobody get a job done like the king does. So that quick rush running through your veins, it's insane how I even go and yeah, we maintain. Back like I never left, with no big rush, nobody get a job done like the king does. So that quick rush running through your veins, it's insane how I even go and yeah, we maintain. I'll start to tell them, get ready for the Armageddon. Armor weapons like we setting up to target them, and they wanna take our hearts and every little part embedded. But we don't trust it, we just did them until they start again. And I do myself, so get with it, and I'm the best. You gotta make it count, get around, make it bounce.
Broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcasts around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.